Austin FC.
Inside of the 18, trying to pick up the far post.
FC Cincinnati's attack can be relentless.
Some space. Towards the back, think it's a great.
Good, 30 more seconds here.
Dado seemed to put together another strong performance this past weekend. Is he starting to show you something maybe a little bit different as to how he can contribute to the group?
I wouldn't say it's different. We've seen glimpses of this with Dado previously, because it's not about just getting the minutes. It's what are you doing with these minutes and not taking these opportunities for granted. He has now changed the conversation a little bit as far as earning more minutes, but I'll still challenge him to finish off more plays, because that's an important piece of his game that can improve. But very pleased with his NYC minutes and those DC minutes as well.
And welcome to beautiful Cincinnati as the Bailey makes their way into TQL Stadium.
How bad do we want to be the best team in the league? We all know we are. We have to believe it every week. Another chance with this. Everyone's waiting for us for more. Everyone, let's go. We're at home. Come on.
You're on three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
And we are underway. The second ever meeting between FC Cincinnati and Austin FC.
Danger here for Austin. Backstick is Kolmanich, might fall kindly. It's Brandon Vasquez right in front. It ping-pongs around. And eventually, Nick Hagelin can just see it out of play. And a little bit of confusion at the back for FC Cincinnati. Santos in for Denke, laid off for Luke Ordashano, who goes for goal. And that had upper 90 written all over it. It's a heavy touch from Yakubo. He's able to atone for his sins, though. Good ball in for Evander. It sat up nicely for him. And that's a lovely finish. That is the Brazilian at his very best. And then Austin FC might have something cooking in the opposite direction. Gallagher, first time delivery across for Brandon Vasquez. And he got it all wrong in the end. That was a really clean look and the best of the night so far for the former FC Cincinnati man. Switch it across the length of the field. Here's Evander on the first time, and it's off the post. Santos on the follow-up, and it will be a corner for the orange and blue. But Evander almost pulled off a goal of the year contender. It would have been contending with Denke. But that's going to do it for the first 45 minutes. Tori Penso brings the first half to a close. Pat Noonan's group got off to a rip-roaring start thanks to the 7th goal of the season from Evander. Of course, getting bounced in the play-in game. As that should be a handball on teenage Adibi, and it is penalty to Austin FC. So it is a penalty. Brandon Vasquez stands over it. Roman Celentano in his way. A familiar sight here at TQL, but Vasquez wearing very different colors right now. Brandon Vasquez scores, and it's 1-1. Can't ask for a much better start to the second half if you're Nico Estevez and Austin FC. And Brandon Vasquez once again returns to TQL and scores just as he did in CONCACAF Champions Cup a year ago. And Ordashano back for Buca. And the Argentine once more. Denke with the snap header, saved by Stuver. Cincinnati still in business. And here come those two substitutions, one a homegrown, originally from Boca Raton, who's been showing quite well as of late, mostly in a substitute role. He's made a start here and there, but he's been mighty impressive. Big switch from Ordashano, great ball for Engel. Evander with some space. Towards the backstake, it's a great ball and finished off! Evander, the chief architect! And it's Dado Valenzuela with an emphatic finish.
What a clever ball by Evander.
And that's going to do it full time. The orange and blue are back to winning ways. Still unbeaten at home in 2025. And despite a goal from a familiar face once again against his former club, Brandon Vasquez's penalty is to no avail. Evander and the orange and blue continue to be one of the premier sides in Major League Soccer.